How can we balance the pressures of work with the demands of family life without sacrificing one for the other? This is a challenge many people face daily. But did you know that the Bible offers clear guidance on how to address this issue? In Ephesians 6, we find practical lessons on leading, serving, and protecting both our families and our time. In this video, we will explore how the teachings of submission and authority can help us balance our responsibilities at work and home, creating a legacy of harmony and purpose for future generations. Are you ready to discover how the armor of God can help protect your time and priorities? Then get ready to learn how to apply these teachings to your life. Grab your water or coffee, find a comfortable spot, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. After all, balancing work and family life is one of the greatest struggles in modern life. The pressure to be successful at work often conflicts with the need to be present for family. How can we find balance without feeling like we're failing in one of these areas? Ephesians 6 offers us an unexpected perspective, starting with the instruction to obey your parents. The biblical text reveals that balance begins with understanding and respecting our mutual responsibilities. For many, work is a financial necessity, but also a source of identity and purpose. However, Ephesians 6 suggests that our first responsibility is to our families. The key to balancing these responsibilities is communication and mutual understanding. We need to be clear about our priorities and boundaries, both with our employers and our families. It's through this communication that we can start creating a balance that works for everyone involved. Another crucial point that Ephesians 6 addresses is the concept of service and sacrifice. In the context of work and family, this can mean sacrificing certain professional opportunities to be present at important family moments, or vice versa. The question each of us must ask is, what am I willing to sacrifice? And more importantly, for whom am I making this sacrifice? Ephesians reminds us that all our actions should be done with a spirit of service for the greater good of the family and community. Moreover, the chapter speaks about the importance of working, not only when eyes are on you. This principle applies both to work and family life. Just as we must dedicate ourselves to our work, even when no one is watching, we must also commit to being present and active in family life, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. It is in this dedication, both at home and at work, that we find true balance. A healthy balance between work and family also requires that we recognize our own limits. Ephesians reminds us that we are not infallible. We need rest, time for reflection, and renewal. This recognition is vital to avoid burnout and to ensure we are fully present for our families when we're home. Ephesians 6 encourages us to seek strength in the Lord and in His power. By seeking spiritual guidance, we can find strength beyond our human capacities to balance the demands of work and family life. This guidance can help us make wiser decisions and find a path that honors both our professional and family responsibilities. Have you ever thought that the armor of God mentioned in Ephesians 6 could be the key to protecting your family and your time in a world that constantly demands more of you? The metaphor is powerful, and when understood correctly, it can be a practical tool for balancing work and personal life. The armor of God is made up of several elements: the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, among others. Each piece of the armor has a spiritual purpose that can be practically applied to our daily lives. For example, the belt of truth can help us be transparent about our limitations and be honest with our employers and families about what we can and cannot do. The breastplate of righteousness protects us when we make fair decisions that honor both our work and our families. This can mean defending the need for a flexible work schedule or the importance of being home for family dinner. Making fair and balanced choices is fundamental to creating an environment where both work and family can thrive. The shield of faith allows us to trust that we are on the right path, even when it's hard to see the perfect balance. Often, the fear of failing in one area of our life can paralyze us. However, by using the shield of faith, we can move forward, knowing we are trying to do what's best for everyone involved. The sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God, is a tool that can guide us when we need to make difficult decisions. When we find ourselves at a crossroads, reading and meditating on the Word can provide the clarity and direction we need. By using these principles, we can cut through distractions and focus on what really matters. In today's competitive world, protecting our time is as important as protecting our mental and emotional health. We need all the tools available to ensure we are not sacrificing what is most important in our lives. Ephesians 6 offers a spiritual strategy for this protection, reminding us that we are warriors in our own lives and must protect ourselves and our families from external pressures. Additionally, the passage about the armor ends with an emphasis on prayer and constant vigilance. This reminds us that even when we are equipped, we still need to be alert and proactive in protecting our priorities. Prayer can keep us connected to our core values and help us avoid being sidetracked by obligations or opportunities that don't align with our life goals. It's important to remember that balance is an ongoing process, not a fixed goal. The armor of God is a metaphor for being prepared and resilient. By adopting this mindset, we can better prepare ourselves for the inevitable changes and challenges that will arise, remaining steadfast in our commitment to our families and work. How can we use the concepts of submission and authority to lead and serve effectively both at home and at work? This question is key to understanding what Ephesians 6 has to teach us about balance and leadership. Contrary to what many think, submission and authority are not about control, but about serving and leading with empathy and respect. The passage in Ephesians 6 begins with an instruction for children to obey their parents, but it quickly expands to include parents and their responsibility not to exasperate their children. This reciprocity is the key to understanding the dynamic of submission and authority. It's not about a rigid hierarchy, but a dynamic balance where everyone has mutual responsibilities. In the workplace, this translates into leadership that is not based solely on power or control, but on the ability to inspire and motivate others through example and integrity. A good leader, like a good parent, is one who guides with compassion and understanding, recognizing the needs and limits of others. Submission, on the other hand, does not mean passivity or a lack of voice. In fact, Ephesians 6 suggests that everyone, regardless of their position, has a role to play in building a harmonious and productive environment. In the context of work and family, this means being willing to listen, to learn, and to adapt to the needs of others, without losing sight of our own responsibilities and limits. True authority is demonstrated through service to others. When we lead by example, showing patience, respect, and empathy, we not only gain the trust and respect of those around us, but also create an environment where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute their own skills and ideas. Ephesians 6 reminds us that authority should always be exercised with responsibility and humility. As parents, bosses, or leaders, our authority is not a license to control, but a call to serve and protect those under our care. By understanding this, we can create spaces where both work and family can thrive, and where everyone feels supported and inspired to give their best. It's also important to note that submission and authority must be balanced with grace and forgiveness. None of us are perfect, and we will all make mistakes in trying to balance work and family life. Ephesians encourages us to forgive and learn from these mistakes, rather than cling to expectations or resentments that do not serve our growth or that of our loved ones. The key to leading and serving well both at home and at work is open and honest communication. When we are willing to share our struggles, ask for help, and offer support, we create a culture of respect and collaboration that benefits everyone. This is the true meaning of submission and authority in Ephesians 6, a call to lead with love, service, and integrity. How can we ensure that our children learn the value of balancing work and personal life? This question goes beyond simply managing our own time. It's about creating a legacy of balance that will be passed on to future generations. Ephesians 6 gives us guidance on how to do this, starting with the example we set as parents and leaders. Ephesians 6 highlights the importance of not provoking our children to anger, but raising them in the instruction and admonition of the Lord. This means that balance starts at home, with how we treat our children and manage our own responsibilities. When we demonstrate a commitment to balance, we show our children that it's possible to succeed without sacrificing what is most important. Creating a balanced environment also means being present and engaged in our children's lives. This is not just about time, but about quality. Being truly present means disconnecting from the pressures of work and focusing on the moments we share with our children, showing them that they are a priority. Additionally, teaching by example involves being honest about our own struggles and challenges in finding balance. When our children see that even adults wrestle with these issues, they learn that balance is an ongoing effort, not a perfect solution. This also opens the door for conversations about how they can manage their own responsibilities and time effectively. Discipline also plays an important role in creating a legacy of balance. Ephesians 6 speaks about the importance of raising our children in the admonition of the Lord, which includes teaching them the importance of discipline and self-control. When our children learn to manage their own time and energy, they are better equipped to face the challenges of balancing work and life in the future. It's also crucial to show our children the importance of serving and caring for others, as mentioned in the previous topics. When we teach our children to value service to others, they learn to balance their own needs with the needs of those around them, creating a sense of responsibility and community. Last but not least, creating a legacy of balance involves teaching our children to value rest and renewal. In a world that values productivity above all else, it's essential to show them that rest is not a luxury, but a necessity. Ephesians 6 reminds us of the importance of seeking strength in the Lord, which includes recognizing the need to rest and rejuvenate. By teaching our children through example and creating an environment that values balance, we are planting the seeds for a generation that understands the importance of living a balanced and fulfilling life. This is the legacy that Ephesians 6 encourages us to leave. Balancing work and family life is an ongoing challenge, but with the lessons from Ephesians 6, we can find guidance and strength to do so effectively. By understanding and applying the principles of service, leadership, protection, and teaching, we not only create a harmonious environment for ourselves and our families, but also leave a lasting legacy for future generations. May we all find the balance we seek and teach our children to do the same. If this content touched you positively, leaving a like is the best way to express your gratitude and encourage us to produce more content like this. I also invite you to share the greatest lesson you learned from this video. Leave a comment with your reflection or something that touched you in a special way. I would feel very honored and happy to know how this message impacted your life. See you in the next video.